In my early stage of training with Peruvian ayahuasca, for sure I had Peruvian plants, spirits came to me and taught me things, but also I had a vision of an Asian tree spirit that came to me. I saw this Japanese style shrine temple of this majestic tea spirit with little tree genies dancing in front of the temple, the shrine. The shrine in my vision looking very similar to this poster of animation of Spirited Away, if you know that movie. And the genies dancing also looking like this white fluffy thing here on the left. So I had no idea why this majestic Asian tree plant spirit came to me and what it wants from me. Also, around the same time, Peruvian ayahuasca showed me things in my bloodline, something she insisted I must know. I must find out more information about my ancestors, knowing where I'm from, my roots. So I went home and started digging. Anyone who has dieted the plants in the jungle would know that the real lessons begin after the ceremony and long diets in the jungle have ended. Everything starts talking to you. And you notice that information keep on coming in, signs and synchronicities. One thing leads to another. You showed up at the right time, at the right place to meet the right person to give you the exact right piece of information. Things like that happened. And there's a very wise man in my life, my dad. My dad studies history, and he has always told me that, remember, the names in the school history books are real, but the stories are fake. And the names in the novels and the movies are fake, but the stories are real. And eventually, I discovered that the sacred mountain of Taiwan, Alishan, used to have huge forests filled with Taiwanese cypress trees over 3,000 years old. And it was deforested entirely by the first Japanese occupation and then the Chiang Kai-shek government. Can you imagine an entire forest filled with majestic trees over 3,000 years old? So the story goes that the woodcutters who cut down these trees started to have strange diseases that doctors cannot cure. Even the rice that they cooked became red and uneatable. Eventually, they had to call a shaman from Japan to perform a ritual to release the anger of the cypress trees spirits. There's now a monument on Alishan, literally called the one on the right, a tree spirit monument, which was made after this incident. I have personally gone to the place and pay my respect to the tree spirits and told them that I know now, I remember, and I won't forget. I believe it was these 3,000-year-old Taiwanese cypress trees who came to my vision in Peru and guided me to discover their story. I was always been told that my ancestors came from southern China. I never knew that I have Taiwanese indigenous blood. Eventually, my dad told me that my grandmother called her mother in Ina, which is the word for mother in Taiwanese indigenous language. My grandmother came from Beitou. It's a place famous for hot spring near Taipei. And it was where the lost tribe of Catalan used to live. Beitou, the name of the place, means exactly the witches. And it took me almost 10 years to rediscover that I'm a direct descendant of the witches of the lost tribe of Catalan. One of my first cousins became a Taoist priest. I can't help thinking maybe it does run in the bloodline.